DeloitteAssist is a product from Deloitte that is a great example of where we've taken our strategy. It packages up our IP and allows for our global base of clients to actually use the learnings that we've had in various different hospitals around the world and healthcare systems to deploy something that really transforms care for patients and experience for nurses. The first thing we did was we actually went and met with a hospital in Australia. We had a good relationship there with one of the CEOs. And first of all, we asked, is this a problem that needs to be solved? We were very lucky in that he brought 20 nurses into a room and we sat and workshopped the idea. Putting a smart speaker into the patient's room, capturing what the patient actually needs by voice, and passing that through and into ServiceNow, aiming to provide context to the nurses at the point in time that a patient makes a request. Actually acknowledging back to the patient, we've heard you, we're on the way. And so rather than having an unknown priority of a call bell that's going off, the nurses now know exactly what it is that the patient's asking for. We also help with task prioritization indication. So we give an indication to the nurse, and therefore we've got the nurse operating at the top of their license, and we've got some of these other tasks being routed to more appropriate resources. It's all around escalation. How do we help the nurses with escalation? If they're not able to get to the task or they're caught up in a task, how do we help automatically escalate that through to a shift supervisor so that they can get the right support they need? There's an uplift in the patient experience scores. The feedback that's come back from the patients has been incredibly strong. 100% of the patients have said if they ever have to come back to hospital, they'd love to have DeloitteAssist in their room. The patient experience score is such a critical thing for hospitals. We've seen nurse response times drop dramatically. The nurses themselves have given us an 83% rating in terms of the ability to better deliver care to the patients. If we think about the impact on nurses, when we release time to care for a nurse, there's documented evidence that we reduce the mortality rate in the hospital, that we reduce patient length of stay in the hospital, but not only that, we reduce nurse burnout rates. We're building up a set of data that we're going to analyse with one of the universities to actually have a look at safety incidences and how we're impacting those. The ability to provide data with the hospital so that they can optimise the way they're deploying the workforce around the hospital to support delivery of care. How does that ServiceNow platform that we've built as part of DeloitteAssist act as a central information system about workflow and activities that need to be performed around the unit? Can it have feeds in from other devices? Could it have analytics built on the back of a data set that allows us to do predictive care? Could we use machine learning capability to actually think about some of these things that we're doing around the ward and provide that predictive element to nurses to say, actually, you know what, there's a need to head into that patient's room right now because of something that we think is about to occur. It's really exciting to see where ServiceNow is taking that mobile platform. We've already designed a new interface that we want to move to because we know that will really shift the nurse experience and their ability to deliver care to the patients.